Hello student. Today we will see the numerical to find out the bending stresses for a unsymmetrical eye section. Okay. Now in the numerical it is said that there is a simply supported beam carrying UDL over its entire span, but the load intensity of that UDL it is unknown to us. And this is a eye section, unsymmetrical eye section. And for this case, the span is given. It is of 6 meters, so which is equals to 6 into 10 raised to the power 3 mm. In the numerical, the tensile stresses are given, which are 30 Newton per mm square. We need to find out the value of sigma c and w. Okay. So again, we are using the same formula, that is sigma by y is equals to m by I, which is the bending equation. Now, for this case, for a simply supported beam carrying UDL, moment m is equals to WL square by 8. So which is equals to, we don't know the value of W here. So we will say that it is W into length, it is 6 into 10 raised to power 3 square divided by 8. So the value of moment m, it will be 4.5 W into 10 raised to power 3. It is 4.5 W into 10 raised to power 3 Newton m. Okay, so we have find out the value of moment m here. Now next is y. Now y bar for this case, as I have explained you in the last lecture. Now in this case we have three. We need to consider the three different element 1, 2, and 3. And for this eye section, we don't know where our neutral axis lies. So therefore, y bar is the distance of neutral axis from the extreme bottom layer. So y bar is distance of neutral axis from bottom layer, or therefore y bar is given by the formula a1y1 plus a2y2 plus a3y3 upon a1 plus a2 plus a3. So for this case we will consider these are our first element, these are our second element, and these are our third element, and this is our reference bottom layer. Now y bar, y1, it is the distance of center of gravity of first element from bottom layer. So for this case, if I am considering this as the center of gravity layer for the first section, then this will be y1. For second, if I say the center of gravity for second section lies here, then this will be a y2 for me. And for third element, if I am considering the center of gravity lies here, so this will be a y3 for me. Okay, so first of all, we need to find out the value of y1. So how we are going to find out the value of y1? I require this complete length. So I say that this distance is 180, this distance is 40. So 180 plus 40 become 220, and this will be d by 2. So it is 220 plus d by 2 for rectangle. It is d by 2. So which is equals to 220 plus 10. Depth, it is 20, so which is equals to 230 mm. y2 is equals to, now we require this particular distance. So for this case, I can say that it is 40 plus d by 2. So it is 180 by 2. It is 40 plus d by 2. So it is 40 plus 180 by 2. It is 90. So it is equals to 130 mm. And y3, it is simple this distance, which is d by 2, so which is 20 mm. Okay, now you just put the value, you will get your answer. So y bar is equals to, what is a1? The area of first element will be 60 by 20. 60 multiplied by 20, y1 it is multiplied by 230 plus y2, a2 it is 20 by 180, it is 20 by 180 into 130 plus third element it is 160 by 40, 160 multiplied by 40 multiplied by 20, so yes it is multiplied by 20 divided by this is divided by y bar is equals to 60 into 20 that is a1 plus 20 into 180 that is a2 plus it is 160 into 40 that is a3. So if you simplify this you will get the value of y bar which is equals to the value of y bar will be it is 77.85 mm. So I can say that the neutral axis for this case will be like somewhere here. It is 77. So this is the neutral axis, and as I have considered it from the bottom, so I can say that for a simply supported beam, this will be yt. It will be tension. So value of yt it is 77.85 mm, and the remaining will be yc. So yc, if you want to find out the value of yc, how will you find out the value of yc? Yc that is equals to this complete depth minus yt. So it is 220 plus 20 240 minus 77.85. So you will get this value as 162.15 mm. So the remaining this distance it is yc. Okay, so this is how we have find out the value of yc also. Now the moment of inertia. So the moment of inertia for this case I will be Ixx plus a1 y1 bar square plus Ixx2 plus a2 y2 bar square plus next one it is Ixx3 plus a3 y3 bar square. Okay, now what are the y1 bar, y2 bar and y3 bar? Y1 bar it is the distance of center of gravity of first element from neutral axis. Now y2 it is the distance of center of gravity of our second element from neutral axis, and third y3 it is the distance of center of gravity of third element from neutral axis. If you want to find out, then y1 bar is equals to, what is y1 bar? It is the distance of center of gravity of our first element from neutral axis. So there is our neutral axis line. So this distance it is y1 bar. So how I can find this y1 bar? So I can find this y1 bar. Can I say this distance will be yc minus d by 2? This distance is yc and this will be d by 2. So y1 bar will be yc minus d by 2, and which is equals to the value of yc it is 162.15 minus d by 2, minus d by 2 means 10. So this will be 152.15 mm. Next y2 bar will be distance of center of gravity of second element from neutral axis. Okay, now how to find this distance? We required we know that this distance is yt and this distance will be, we require this distance. Now how to find this distance? It is very simple to find out the required distance for this case. And for y3, if you find out this particular y3, then y3 will be, we require y3 it is the distance which is d by 2. So required distance will be yt minus d by 2, so which is equals to the distance yt, it is 77.85 minus d by 2, it will be minus 20, so which is equals to 57.85 mm. Next, to find the value of y2 bar is equals to, we require this y2 bar, this is the distance of y2 bar. So y2 bar, I have this distance as y2 it is nothing but the 130, so it is y2 minus yt, so y2 it is 130 minus yt, it is 77.85, so which is equals to, it is 130 minus 77.85 is 52.15, is 52.15 mm. Now to find the value of I, so I is equals to b1 d1 cube divided by 12 plus a1 y1 bar square plus b2 d2 cube divided by 12 a2 y2 bar square plus b3 d3 cube divided by 12 into a3 y3 bar square. Okay, now b1 d1 cube, so b1 it is 60, that 20 cube divided by 12 plus in bracket 60 into 20 into y1 bar square, it is 152.15 square plus b2, what is the value of b2? It is 20 into 180 cube divided by 12 into 20 into 180 into y2 bar square, so y2 bar square it is 52.15 square. Next, plus b3 that is 160 into 40 cube divided by 12 into plus the area it is 160 into 40 multiplied by y3 it is 57.85 square. So if you simplify it, you will get the value of I as 69.60 into 10 raised to power 6, 69.60 into 10 raised to power 6 mm raised to the power 4. Now to find out the value of W, we will use the ratio, that is sigma t upon yt, or you can use this formula also, m by I is equals to sigma t upon yt, and which is equals to sigma c upon yc. So using first we will find out the load. So m, what is moment? It is 4.5 W into 10 raised to power 3. Value of I, what is the value of I? 69.60 into 10 raised to power 6. The value of sigma t it is given in the numerical 30 upon yt. Value of yt, we have find out the value of yt as 77. 0.85. So the value of W will be 5.96. It is 5.96. Sorry, 5.5960. 5960.34 Newton per meter. Okay, so we have find out the value as 596.34 Newton per mm. Now you can use sigma T upon YT is equals to sigma C upon YC. So using this two ratio, you can find out the value of sigma C. So sigma T it is 30, value of YT is 77.85, and sigma C it is unknown to us. The value of YC it is 162.15. So sigma C will be 62.48 Newton per mm square. So this is how we have solved the numerical for I section. Thank you.